Hello Taurus and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for January the 16th through to the 31st. So moving from your fellow earth sign Capricorn season into the air of Aquarius season. So we'll see how that pans out for you. Lots going on astrologically, but we have Chariot, Moon, Cancer, Jupiter coming in. So one of the big things that's coming in is there is a full moon in the sign of Cancer, which is coming in, which is interesting why Moon Cancer is coming out. And this is going to be a huge energy because it is opposing Pluto, the planet of sex, death, transformation, elimination. So I feel like you're going to be drawn in two very different directions with this energy, and it's going to potentially bring some kind of conflict that's coming in for you, but we'll see what else is coming in. We have Sword, Ace, Air. So one side is very, very clear. One side is clear and that expansion is growing, which is good because that clarity is expanding is what I should be saying, is because the moon can cloud things. It can bring confusion or just not show a clear path. We've got Mr. Star coming in for you today, which is lovely. Speaking of the moon, we've got now the star of the show. Cup 3, Pluto, Cancer. Okay, speaking of which, just as we're talking about Pluto and Cancer, the Cup 3 is around celebration. Interesting. Celebration or wanting to be with people who are wanting to connect with people that feel like they're really part of your tribe, your kind of people. So it's kind of interesting because you've got the Sword Ace on one side, which I think may be where you're kind of seeing people that you don't want to necessarily connect with. You may be even thinking about, clearing out your social media feeds or cutting some ties with some energies that don't necessarily work for you anymore. So Taurus, this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are to give you a more holistic view of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Taurus. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate and you'd like to explore further, there is an extended reading and the link for that is in the description box below. So we have Mr. Star here, still, being very, very still, as if waiting for something. Okay, we've just got to get some Taurus energy into these cards and off we go. Here we go. Speaking of which, a beautiful energy for Taurus, the Knight of Pentacles. So it may be things feel like they're going really super slow, or you're getting a message to take things slow, or have a little break. So we'll see what else is coming through with this Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. Okay. Because I feel like there's been something that's come in that's been an offer, some kind of surprise to you that may have been some kind of message for your heart or something that was developing or message from your heart as well about the direction that maybe you're wanting to take with this. And it's kind of like, can you trust this? Can you really trust this at this moment in time? The 10 of Wands. So I'll try and move around Mr. Star. I'll put the cards up so you can see them, Taurus. 10 of Wands, yeah, in your conscious mind. This could actually be weighing on your mind a little bit. 7 of Pentacles, beautiful. I love this. This is a Taurus energy. There's a period of growth coming in. And also, yeah, that feels really positive. The Queen of Swords also got you that for some of you, you've already achieved a certain amount. There's a sense of achievement here that's coming in. Near future, the Death card. Here comes the Scorpio energy of transformation, and the Death card is the card of Pluto and Scorpio. So you are presenting as the Two of Cups. Okay, so you're presenting as pretty harmonious in terms of the masculine, feminine, but it may be also just feeling harmonious in terms of your relationships with other people at this moment in time. Energy surrounding your Three of Swords. Someone is hurt. Someone is hurting or someone is hurt around you at this moment in time. 7 of Swords. Hopes and fears. There is a sense that maybe this is not the right time or not a very good plan. And we have as an outcome completion, the World card. So cycle definitely does complete here. I just want to pull a card for this Three of Swords. So it's the High Priestess, which would indicate that it's perhaps someone around you, very close to you or very important to you. Maybe someone very intuitive is hurting here. And at the base, we've got the 7 of Cups. So this is where you kind of dreaming of what it is that you want, looking at all the options, perhaps being idealistic about something as well. So if we look at the situation, we've got the Knight of Pentacles crossed by the Page of Cups. Now, I just feel like there's something that's kind of come up here, which has kind of made you think twice about the direction that you're going in. It's kind of like there's been something on offer that has you thinking, do I want to include that, or should I take a detour? Or just when you thought everything was, stable and steady heading in this direction, there's something that pops up that you think, oh, that might actually be something that it kind of takes your attention and wants you to consider it. So just when you thought I've got everything that I need, along comes someone and says, can I come for the ride too? Or something like that. Or you maybe get some sort of offer that is so good you have to really consider it, despite the fact that your path ahead seemed very stable. So it's kind of interesting. There's some sort of surprise message or offer that's coming in with this Page of Cups that is kind of you put a bit of a cat amongst the pigeons, to kind of use a cat cat euphemism now that we've got Mr. Star here. In your conscious mind, we've got the Ten of Wands. So this is very much, I feel like this is something that is, like I said, it's weighing on your mind, but it's also an energy of something has become like a real burden, and maybe you've taken on too much, or maybe you're feeling exhausted, been working too much, you've said yes to something and it kind of just went on for either too long or took too much out of you in terms of your energy levels. This is where it's kind of like you're consciously thinking maybe you need to take a break from something. So that's kind of coming in with that 10 of Wands. At the base, you've got the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like, with the Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands and this, it's saying you've put in a lot of work with something and you've actually got some results coming in, and should really look at where you're at and have a sense of achievement. You may or may not feel like that. So if you're not feeling like that, the universe is saying there is something there. You may be just not seeing it. But even just getting to this point in your life is an achievement. But for some of you, I feel like you've done enough. You've done enough. So it's kind of like this push or this strive to kind of get something, to do something is... it's very much, it's still there, this determination and will and this push to kind of get something over the finish line and get it completed. But it's taking its toll on you. So the 7 of Pentacles at the base, at the deep down energy, is really wanting some very, very good results coming in with this. Whether this is more money or whether this is, whatever it is, it's a period of growth, and it's very much an assessment of where you want to put your time, energy and money. So where you want to invest your energy for something to flourish and grow. And so that's actually, a really nice energy to come through, because it is the Taurus energy of the 7 of Pentacles. It is your energy in that card. So I feel like I just keep getting it's time to take a little bit of a break, because you've already created this beautiful tree here. So the universe wants you to kind of know that you've done well so far up until now. I'm not saying it's going to go pear-shaped from then, but I feel like something that you thought was heading in this particular direction is going to transform. So in the recent past, we've got the Queen of Swords. This is where you've had a clear head, and with the Ace of Swords above it, this is a sense that, haven't been fearful, haven't been scared. The head's been clear. There's been a lot of clarity here, and it's very much understanding. There's been a clear mind, so that's actually really good. But in the near future, we've got this energy with Pluto coming in of the Death card, which is transformation and change. So it's kind of your head and your heart having two very different conversations here. Your heart has got a message for you here, and I feel like that is something that's kind of come out of left field, and it's like like you said, your head was very clear, but now it's kind of like this Pluto energy is kind of coming around saying, look at where perhaps the cycle of growth began for you. Go back to look at where you were and who you were back then. And then look at who you are now. And you're a very different person, very different set of circumstances, different time in history. And so there's celebration around that it's something that may be holding you back because you want to feel emotionally safe is actually really being pulled out of the safety zone emotionally so that something bigger can transform in your life. So this is where if you can allow that to happen, there's actually celebration around that, which is really lovely. So the Death card is saying that there is a change coming. Absolutely, there is a change coming, but there's going to be celebration around it with that Three of Cups. So it feels slow, it feels nice, it feels like it's just naturally evolving. So you're presenting as the Two of Cups, which is the card of love, the card of relationships, harmonious relationships. So maybe at this moment in time, it's kind of like your internal world is matching your external world. So that's something that's kind of coming through at this moment. Maybe you've got a lot of love for the people around you. You're feeling very open-hearted at this moment in time. Now, with all this Cancer energy coming around, I do feel like there's a lot of energy happening around the home. So this could very much be a sense that something is transforming and changing around the home, which actually I feel like is going to bring a really great energy as well. So, yeah, you are the Two of Cups, which is perhaps you're feeling a lot of love, perhaps you've got a lot of love, perhaps you're in love at this moment in time. But like I said, it could just be the masculine and feminine, divine masculine and feminine sides. So around you, the Three of Swords, the High Priestess. Now, this is kind of interesting because, yes, we talked about someone hurting, and the High Priestess can often represent the most important person to you or the person closest to you. So that can also be something that maybe this is you. Maybe they've done something to hurt you as well. So that could be coming in with this. But I do feel like perhaps with the Three of Swords and the High Priestess, this is also whether you can really trust your intuition with something, because maybe you feel like you got burnt by it. Maybe you felt like you intuitively were being told to go down this path and you did it and then it didn't work out. So that's why when the Page of Cups comes in and says, hey, surprise, here I am, another little message, you're kind of like a little bit wary of it. So interesting energy. We have, as hopes and fears, the Seven of Swords. This is really 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy. I mean, should I, shouldn't I? Is this a good idea or not? And so can I really trust this? So that's kind of coming in with the Seven of Swords. But we have as an outcome the World. So it's kind of interesting because something is completing, a cycle is ending here, and Pluto's really bringing it to a close and transforming it, whether you are aware of it or not. And it's giving you the opportunity to embrace this, to be open to this. But it definitely is a sense that I've just been told a chapter has been shut. There's a chapter has ended, a chapter has closed. So it's kind of interesting with the World card because it is saying that perhaps this thing that's on offer here is kind of showing you that. And it's like I thought I was still heading along like this, pretty stable. And the universe is saying, oh, well, something around, some kind of energy has concluded and ended, and it's time to step into the new, or time to step into whatever this transformation is bringing for you. So very interesting with this World energy coming in. And it could actually be that your world is transforming and changing as well. So we have as an overall energy the Seven of Cups, and this is really, you got three very, very important sevens that are coming in very strongly here. And sevens represent evaluation. The other thing that's going on this this fortnight is that Mercury is in retrograde. And so when Mercury goes back over things, it is a sense of reevaluation, re-editing, revising, all of those sort of things happening. So the Seven of Cups is really saying, have a look at your options, reevaluate where you're at with something, because I feel like there's a new option that's being presented to you that the universe may want you to consider. And with the Seven of Cups, it really is, on its own, it would be, with Jupiter coming in as well, it opens you up to new possibilities. Some of them are tangible and some of them aren't. But because you've got these other sevens, like the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, this also would indicate that you're actually being quite pragmatic about this. Being quite logical and pragmatic, because sometimes the Seven of Cups can provide illusion or fantasy and something that's not real. But I do feel like it's kind of like you're trying to sort through the clouds of what's real and what's possible and what isn't, even though it might be feeling, good to be going through that. But it's like, again, it's with this Page of Cups energy that's coming through, it's kind of like, is that really possible? Can that really happen? So, yeah, the Page of Cups a message of love coming to you of some sort, however that presents, that can come in all sorts of different forms, but that's kind of just blocking you at this moment from moving forward at this stage, or maybe you haven't received it. Or exactly what it is that you're wanting. It says, I am flexible and flowing. I am open to the new and changing. Every moment presents a wonderful new opportunity to become more of who I am. I flow with life easily and effortlessly. And with this death energy coming in, the transition, that is the way to go with that energy. It says, I forgive myself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. Beautiful. And even that little message of the heart could be around that. This one says, I express my creativity. My unique and creative talents and abilities flow through me and are expressed in deeply satisfying ways. My creativity is always in demand. And this one is, I love and approve of myself. I appreciate all that I do. I'm good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want. I claim my power. Beautiful. George liked that one. George the Rooster, for those of you who are wondering what that sound was. So let's pull a charm. The cats really don't like this. Interesting. You got the navigation wheel. And I think it was Capricorn actually got the same energy. So it must be something that's kind of coming through this, like the earth energy. And this is really about steering your way through and navigating your way through this energy. You are the master of your ship. And what I'm seeing is that there are options and paths ahead of you. Some of them are, I keep showing you in this ship, and there's like, you kind of trying to get through this quite tricky and narrow passage, and there's rocks coming out on either side, and you've just got to, there's just enough room to kind of squeeze through and get. So it actually requires some expert tactical navigation through a lot of this. So that's what it's saying, is you have the skills to be able to do this. It takes precision. And yes, so there's a lot of precision required here that's coming in. But what I'm being shown is that only, you have the skills to do this, and you're the only one that can do this as well, can kind of navigate through these interesting waters. Now, I'm not getting a particular threat. I'm not getting, they may cause a little bit of damage if you ran into one of the rocks. Your ship's not going to sink. But it's a sense that you can quite easily avoid any of these kind of little pitfalls by using your skills at this moment in time. So very precisely and carefully. So think about what it is that you're really, really good at, and apply that to any kind of situation that's coming through here. So That's it, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to look at what's coming in the future, beyond, and the near future with this big transition and this cycle completing. Where's this all going? Because it does feel like you've got this direction you're heading in, but there's a sense of, because everything seems like it's an ever-changing landscape around you at this moment, it's almost like you don't really know if you're going to reach that destination or not, because everything is constantly changing and evolving. So, and not to say that you won't, but we'll see where this is going. And look at all the options in front of you with the Seven of Cups. Options have come up. And we're also going to tune into career, money, love and relationships. So that's all in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. And if this is where we're leaving each other, Taurus, thank you so much for joining me, and please take care.